Ladies and gentlemen, the awards presentation is about to begin. Please turn your attention to the stage. Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie est sur le point de commencer. Veuillez prêter attention à la scène.
Sport. It doesn't care what you were born with. It doesn't stare at you when you walk down the street, or concern itself with some expert's diagnosis. It doesn't worry about what people have said behind your back, or make assumptions based on what you look like. It hasn't read the long list of things doctors thought you would never be able to do. And it will never go easy on you, just because life can be hard. Sport is sport. It doesn't give anyone special treatment.
Welcome to the 27th Annual Special Olympics Canada Awards, an evening to celebrate the Special Olympics movement and the outstanding coaches, volunteers, ambassadors, and of course athletes who bring it to life. Bienvenue à la remise des 27e Prix annuels d'Olympiques spéciaux Canada, une soirée hommage au mouvement olympique spéciaux et à ceux qui lui prêtent vie, ses entraîneurs, ses bénévoles, ses ambassadeurs et bien sûr ses athlètes merveilleux. Please welcome the voice of curling in Canada and longtime champion of Special Olympics Canada, TSN's Vic Rauter.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm just one of your co-hosts. You'll meet my partner in just one moment. We thank you all for joining us this evening as we honor the achievements of some very exceptional people, athletes, coaches, volunteers, who dedicate time and energy to Special Olympics on the field, in the boardroom, raising funds, and maybe most importantly, raising awareness. Now, most of tonight's awards represent achievements that have taken place between July 1st of 2014 and June 30th of this year, and in a number of cases, are a culmination of years and years of hard work and dedication. Special Olympics is about more than just competition. It is about grassroots sports programs and the determination, dedication, and the passion that happen each and every day. The individuals that we honor tonight embody all those qualities and are inspirational ambassadors for the Special Olympics movement. It is my distinct pleasure now to welcome my co-host for this evening. Would you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Gaétan Michaud. Now, I have to tell you that one of the reasons Gaétan is here is because he is a curler, which is wonderful. He's a soccer player with Special Olympics. He's from the Yukon, been involved with Special Olympics now for over 25 years, competing with vigor and passion since the very beginning. His soccer team won gold at last year's 2014 National Summer Games, where I understand you were strong as a wall in the net and also scored a few big goals as well. He's also a very passionate speaker, as we'll find out, has become involved in the athlete leadership program, giving him an opportunity to be an advocate for this movement in his own right. In 2013, Gates represented his fellow athletes during Special Olympics Canada Hill Day in Ottawa, and there he spoke eloquently to the reception that included some of Canada's most influential politicians. Who did you meet?
Well, Vic, I met Senator White, Senator Mutson, and of course Senator Lang from the Yukon, and it was very, very successful.
Good for you. Now, tell me, what position do you play in curling?
I'm a second.
Well, I'm a lead. Okay, go ahead. All right. Gates, go ahead, man.
Thank you, Vic. It's an honor to be here alongside you this evening.
Well, I hear that you're quite the accomplished athlete, obviously. Curler, soccer player, Special Olympics spokesman. What stood out for you over so many years?
Well, the first highlight of my special career was winning gold in 1998 with Quebec, and then in 2012 with the curling team out of Yukon winning gold, and then last year, as you mentioned, my soccer team and I won gold there as well.
Good for you. Well, it's honored to share the podium with you this evening, so let's get it all going, okay?
Avant que nous présentons le premier prix de cette soirée, accueillons sur la scène Mike Lamontagne, le président du Conseil d'Olympiques Speciaux Canada. Before we hand out the evening's first award, please welcome to the stage Mike Lamontagne, Chair of the Special Olympics Canada Board of Directors.
Thank you, Vic, and merci, Gaétan. On behalf of the Board of Directors, it is my honor to welcome everyone here to this very special evening. For those of you who don't know me, my involvement with Special Olympics began in 2004 through my former company, Wolseley Canada. I know you're here tonight. Wolseley were then and still remain national sponsors to Special O, so a big thank you to Wolseley for that. And for the last 6 years, I've had the privilege of sitting on a very great board of directors. Now, board members don't normally or officially have much involvement with the coaches, the athletes, the volunteers, or the athletes' families. That's something that's done normally at the provincial level. But when we get out to the programs and see the programs in action, we see firsthand why what we do is so very important. My greatest joy from Special Olympics does not come from sitting at a boardroom table figuring out governance issues, but from witnessing the effect that this organization has on the athletes and their families, and in particular, a family that my wife and I know very well. 6 years ago, we introduced the Special Olympics golf program to this family and their 2 special needs boys. And I can't even begin to describe how Special Olympics has transformed these boys and the impact that it's had on their lives. One of the boys made the Canada golf team, traveled to Los Angeles, competed in the World Summer Games, and he missed getting a medal by 1 stroke. 6 years ago, the parents would have never, ever imagined this to be possible. Tonight, you will hear similar stories of lives being transformed through the power of sport, through Special Olympics. And these stories would not be possible, would not have happened without the tireless efforts of the coaches, the volunteers, the families of the athletes, and of course, the generosity of our partners. Tonight, we are here to pay tribute to all of them. So on behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to congratulate all of the honorees here this evening for their tremendous achievements this past year. You are all part of the magic of Special Olympics. Thank you.
Please, Mike, come here. Look at the shine of this man's shoes. Look at that. He put, Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Do you want to? You have to.
The shoes?
You did this. You had pretty good. Nice reflection of. Oh, okay. There we go, Gates. Come here, son. Thank you, sir. Oh, gee. Blinded by these shoes. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thank you. Mike, thank you very much. Now, we'd like to honor our dedicated and committed partners by welcoming them to the stage to present them with a token of our appreciation. With the support of our partners, we're able to offer quality sport programs across the country every single day that give our athletes opportunities to play sport, improve their health and self-confidence, and lead more active lives. This year's gift is a framed still from Special Olympics Canada's No Special Treatment ad campaign that was conceived and created by longtime partner Grey Canada. The campaign has been a great success, and Special Olympics is grateful to have a partner such as Grey Canada to help us tell our story.
To recognize the contributions of our partners, please welcome to the stage Special Olympics athlete Narissa Puran and Special Olympics Canada board member Mark Tewksbury. Afin de reconnaître la contribution de nos partenaires, veuillez accueillir sur scène Narissa Puran, athlète olympique spéciaux, et Mark Tewksbury, membre du conseil d'administration d'Olympiques spéciaux Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, Special Olympics Canada's platinum partners, Staples, Law Enforcement Torch Run, and Sobeys. Could we ask you all to come forward, please? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the Special Olympics Canada's gold partners, Home Hardware, Coca-Cola, TSN, and the Special Olympics Canada Foundation. Would you all come forward, please? Thank you, everybody. Moving on, the Special Olympics Canada's silver partners, the RBC Foundation and Wolseley Canada. Please.
Is Blake Murphy here? Blake, where are you?
And the Special Olympics Canada's bronze partners and friends, TELUS, Compass, the Canadian Progress Club, Cubic, and the Canadian 5-Pin Bowlers Association. Thank you very much to all our partners for all your help in what you do for Special Olympics Canada. Okay, time now. I think we're ready to present our first award. Are you ready?
Let's do it, Vic.
Okay.
The first award of the evening honors a tremendous supporter of Special Olympics in Canada, the incomparable Frank Selke. His ability to forge and nurture personal relationships and to educate prospective supporters about the value of the work done by Special Olympics was unparalleled. He was a master not only at advancing the movement, but in regularly thanking supporters with sincerity. We honor his memory through the Frank Selke Fundraising Volunteer of the Year Award, in recognition of those individuals who make a significant contribution to Special Olympics in the area of fundraising.
This year's Frank Selke Fundraising Volunteer of the Year is the inaugural winner of this award and has been expanded to recognize the fundraising efforts of volunteers not only in support of Special Olympics festivals, but in all areas of the movement. He is a member of the Special Olympics Ontario Board of Directors and is the founder of the Beaver Valley Bike Ride, which has raised over $1 million for Special Olympics Ontario since its inception 8 years ago.
I think we should meet this outstanding volunteer.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Frank Selke Fundraising Volunteer of the Year Award goes to Mike Van Hees of Oakville, Ontario. Mike has been the driving force behind the Beaver Valley 180 Bike Ride, which is a grassroots initiative bringing together like-minded individuals who have both a passion for cycling and an appreciation for philanthropic giving. This ride's motto, Athletes Supporting Athletes, is representative of his desire to support Special Olympic athletes and is the vision that has made this event enormously successful over the last 8 years. To date, the ride has contributed $850,000 to Special Olympics Ontario, with this year's endeavor moving the needle close to the $1 million mark. Given this significant milestone, the 2015 Beaver Valley 180 has been called the Million Smiles Ride, which represents both the financial contributions to Special Olympics Ontario and the smiles of our Special Olympic athletes. Family values are important to Mike, as is being a role model to the next generation of philanthropic contributors. His family is intimately involved in this event, volunteering their time, and his wife Roseanne puts in long hours to ensure its success. His strong leadership and contribution to the Special Olympics movement is a testament to his integrity and tenacity. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Frank Selke Fundraising Volunteer of the Year winner, Mike Van Hees.
Pour remettre le prix Frank Selke du bénévole de l'année en financement, accueillons Dan Goldberg, membre du conseil d'administration d'Olympiques Speciaux Canada. To present the award for Frank Selke Fundraising Volunteer of the Year, please welcome Special Olympics Canada board member Dan Goldberg.
Veuillez vous joindre à moi pour féliciter le lauréat du prix Frank Selke, bénévole de l'année en financement pour 2015 de Oakville, en Ontario, Mike Van Hees.
He is our 2015 Frank Selke Fundraising Volunteer of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Van Hees. Congratulations. Now I mentioned $1 million. They said $850, so you got some work to do, okay?
I gotta stay busy. I gotta stay busy. Thank you, Vic and Gaetan. That was fantastic. I want to take this opportunity to thank the committee for this award and congratulate the athletes, the volunteers, and the coaches that will be recognized tonight. Being recognized in the same light as Frank Selke is quite an honor and something I appreciate greatly. I've always believed that through sport we can achieve outcomes not attainable elsewhere. As all the athletes that are present tonight will attest, it was through sport that they became the individuals that they are today. Personally, I've participated in track and field in my impressionable years, and ultimately representing Canada at the Junior Pan Am Games. I was able to achieve experiences that in no way could have been replicated in its absence. Sport has deeply influenced who I am today. Fast forward a number of years, and in a coaching capacity, I've witnessed firsthand the positive impact sport has had on individuals. From the first day the athletes join your environment to the day they leave, they have changed in many ways, and it's almost entirely positive. In short, sport matters. Sport builds bridges, not walls. Sport enables personal interactions. Sport gives individuals a sense of purpose, and I could go on. With this philosophy in mind, we created a bike ride with a baseline philosophy of athletes supporting athletes. The BV 180 is a 180-kilometer bike ride that runs from Oakville, Ontario to Beaver Valley every Friday of the Thanksgiving weekend. We've been fortunate to have had Olympians, national and provincial champions, and most prevalent, our weekend warriors, all challenging themselves and supporting our Special Olympic athletes. Over the last 8 years, I'm proud to say we've raised over $1 million for our Special Olympians. As everyone in this room acknowledges, endeavors such as this are rarely solo efforts. There is a broad group of individual volunteers who have helped in this effort. Specifically, I'd like to acknowledge a few individuals here tonight. Firstly, Glenn McDonnell and Lynn Miller. Both Glenn and Lynn, with their team at Ontario chapter, were able to interpret my vision and enable the resource of both the local chapter and Torch Run officials, such that we were able to create one of the most unique experiences on the road today in cycling. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge the tireless effort of our members from the law enforcement agencies who do a tremendous job supporting Special Olympics, and in this case, supporting the BV 180 bike ride. Special shout out to Chris Lewis and the Golden Helmets. Finally, it's easy enough to come up with an idea, but the devil's in the details, as I say. This project would not be the same and would not have exceeded the same success as it has become without the tireless efforts of my wife, Roseanne, who's kept this project on the rails and made this one of the most efficient and successful events it has become. Roseanne, thank you. In closing, I'd like to speak to the light that goes on when we have an idea to do some good. I am confident everyone in this room has had this happen to them at one time or another. To this I say, follow this inclination, as it can often act as a beacon for others to follow. And our experience with the BV 180 has led to 1 million smiles from our Special Olympic athletes. Thank you.
I'm so glad that Mike mentioned the smiles, because ask any volunteer what keeps them coming back is to see the smile of an athlete, a Special Olympics athlete. There is nothing like it. So congratulations, Mike, and thank you very much. Our next award, Gates, is Male Coach of the Year, and this year's honoree is fresh off a trip to the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games, where he served as an assistant coach with the athletics team, helping Team Canada track athletes bring home over 30 medals. He was also awarded a Petro-Canada Coaching Excellence Award earlier this month for his achievements at the World Games.
Voici une introduction pour l'entraîneur de l'année 2015.
Here is a look at the 2015 Male Coach of the Year.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Male Coach of the Year Award goes to Tom Norton of Abbotsford, BC. Tom has been involved with Special Olympics for over 25 years, first with the law enforcement torch run and more recently as a coach. He coaches athletes in athletics, he oversees the fitness and conditioning training for speed skating, and coaches SOBC's Club Fit program. At the Special Olympics Canada 2014 National Summer Games, Tom coached his athletes to 6 medals, 1 gold, 4 silver, and 1 bronze. Tom develops and implements training practices and protocols for high-performance Special Olympic athletes in his area. He also coordinates all local competitions as part of his strategy to work towards growing Special Olympics as a whole and building a solid foundation for growth in the Abbotsford Athletics program. His proudest moment as a coach came at the 2014 Special Olympics Canada Summer Games, where one of his athletes had a series of amazing performances and qualified to attend the 2015 World Special Olympics Summer Games. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympic Male Coach of the Year, Tom Norton.
Pour remettre le prix de l'entraîneur de l'année, accueillons Jonathan Weiss, membre du conseil d'administration d'Olympiques Speciaux Canada, et sénateur Jim Munson. Presenting the award for Male Coach of the Year are Special Olympics Canada board member Jonathan Weiss and Senator Jim Munson.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Abbotsford, British Columbia, put your hands together for your 2015 Special Olympics Canada Male Coach of the Year, Tom Norton.
Thank you very much. I have to tell you, and I have to start, it did start about 30 years ago, and I've seen some of my colleagues from the Ontario here. In terms of the Law Enforcement Torch Fund, I have to recognize you for your service. Thank you very much. Because on that first time, and 30 years ago, when I was part of the motorcycle escort crew that brought the torch for the first time in 1990 to the National Summer Games, it was quite fantastic. Special Olympics Canada, thank you, Sharon and Blair and Marion, and all those that do all that great work. I really appreciate it. This has been a truly humbling experience and absolutely overwhelming. Thank you to the great work that you've done and that you do. And I am very proud to be part of this sport organization and the Special Olympics movement. The transformational power of sport is truly remarkable, with its power to change the lives of individuals with intellectual disabilities. And I've seen that time and time again with many, many life-altering moments. It's all about the athletes. An athlete is an athlete is an athlete. I can speak with a great deal of confidence when I acknowledge the sport leaders and support I've received from Special Olympics British Columbia. Their progressive thinking and the many opportunities that they've offered me have allowed me to do what I love, and that is to coach, and coach a sport with passion. And of course, to my athletes, 48 weeks of the year, 8 days a week, some would say, sometimes twice a day, those ambassadors for sport and good citizens, they remind me each and every day why I'm here. But I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge, well, not only one person, my wife, of course, she's been the rock, but one other person who really, truly motivates me. That one person who motivates me to be on my game every day. And she'd tell you this would be her words, I've got my mom's attitude and my dad's speed. That young lady who has inspired me to be part of this great movement, and that happens to be our daughter, Paige, whose commitment and drive as a Special Olympics athlete herself inspires me every day to be a better coach. Thank you.
Do you know the mess we're making under here, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just want you to know, so later when we sneak out of the building, we just
Just leave it for
just
them
leave
to
it.
clean.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, our female coach of the year is the head coach of the Saskatoon Adult Soccer Program and has coached her team to back-to-back appearances at the Special Olympics Canada Summer Games. She is also the chair of the Saskatoon Program's Board of Directors. Whether on the sidelines or in the boardroom, the impact she's made is undeniable.
Faites la connaissance de l'entraîneuse de l'année 2015. Let's meet our 2015 Female Coach of the Year.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Coach of the Year Award goes to Barb Fredrickson of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Barb has been a Special Olympics coach for 6 years, primarily coaching in the soccer program. She has led her team into multiple national games, most recently the 2014 Special Olympics Canada Summer Games, where her team placed fourth. She also sits on the board of the Saskatoon Special Olympics chapter as its chair. Barb has coached a large range of ages and abilities, including national team performers. She is phenomenal at coaching her athletes and has brought them up from a very basic skill level to being able to compete at both the 2010 and 2014 Special Olympics Canada Summer Games. Barb is a true leader and role model for all the coaches and volunteers who support the Saskatoon Adult Soccer Program. She knows how to get the most out of her coaches and always shows them appreciation for their time and commitment to Special Olympics. Barb sets challenging training goals, but always is very patient with her athletes, understanding that the other aspects of their lives are just as important to their development. She plays an important role in developing her athletes' confidence and self-esteem. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Coach of the Year, Barb Fredrickson.
Pour le remettre le prix de l'entraîneuse de l'année, accueillons Matula Chiritis, membre du conseil d'administration d'Olympiques Speciaux Canada. To present the award for Female Coach of the Year, please welcome Special Olympics Canada board member Matula Chiritis.
From Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, please welcome the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Coach of the Year, Barb Fredrickson.
Good evening. I would like to begin by thanking Special Olympics Canada, Special Olympics Saskatchewan, and the parents and caregivers and coaches of my local community who nominated me for this award. I am very humbled and honored to have been selected as Female Coach of the Year. I know that there are hundreds of coaches across Canada who are deserving of this award as well. In fact, I have a daughter and 2 sisters who are also Special Olympic coaches, all of whom could be standing here this evening. Almost 7 years ago, I received an email at work that said, Special Olympics Saskatoon needs a soccer coach, Wednesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. And I thought, I can do that. Little did I know that answering that email would have the impact on my life and the life of my family, who have also embraced my passion for Special Olympics. My husband, Darren, who is always willing to haul a barbecue to a soccer pitch, to our daughter, Amy, who coaches by my side, our son, Ryan, who has also helped coach and now sits on our local board, and our daughter, Sarah, who supports by attending our local events. They each share a part in this award. It is such a privilege to work with our athletes, and there have been so many rewarding moments over the past few years that I have experienced, big and small. From watching an athlete score a game-winning penalty shot goal in a local tournament, and it really was quite amazing, to helping another finally master a drill at soccer practice. They are the reason that I love what I do. I'd be lying if I said there aren't some days that are pretty exhausting, but even on those days when I don't feel like I have the energy that I should, one of these amazing athletes pulls me through, and I always drive home with a smile on my face. There is simply nothing more rewarding than being a Special Olympic coach. So I'd like to once again thank Special Olympics Canada and all of you who support me. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Barb. You are the true meaning of being a volunteer.
L'équipe de l'année 2015 de Olympiques spéciaux Canada a remporté une médaille d'argent en division A aux Jeux d'été de Olympiques spéciaux Canada 2014. Encore plus super, c'est la façon les membres de l'équipe s'est comportés et l'esprit de le sport avant tout. Nous vous présentons l'équipe de l'année 2015 de Olympiques spéciaux Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Special Olympics Canada 2015 Team of the Year won a silver medal in the A division at the 2014 Special Olympics Canada Summer Games, which was an improvement over their 2010 result in the B division, which happened to be a bronze. But more remarkable is the way they carry themselves as a team, putting sportsmanship and concern for their fellow athletes above everything else. So let's meet the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Team of the Year.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Team of the Year award goes to Special Olympics Newfoundland soccer team from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Led by head coach Travis Mayer, the majority of the Special Olympics Newfoundland soccer team has been together since 2009. They play hard during games, but once the whistle blows, their sportsmanship comes to the forefront as they can be seen congratulating opposing teams after goals or helping fallen opponents to get up and return to play. You will never meet a group of players that exemplify what it means to be Special Olympics athletes more than this group. Each athlete on the soccer team is driven to succeed. They all work hard, attend every practice, and the encouragement during a practice is non-stop. This team is a coach's dream. They listen, they learn, they work, they respond, they work harder, they are dedicated, and they are spirited. There is no downtime when working with the Newfoundland soccer team. They show up to have fun, and they show up to every practice with a can-do attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Team of the Year, the Special Olympics Newfoundland soccer team.
Pour remettre le prix de l'équipe de l'année, accueillons Jason Storsley et Jake Bullen, membres du conseil d'administration d'Olympiques Spéciaux Canada. Please welcome Special Olympics Canada board members Jason Storsley and Jake Bullen to present the award for Team of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing this year's Special Olympics Canada Team of the Year, Special Olympics Newfoundland and Labrador soccer team, please give a warm welcome to players Andrew Hines, Mark Peddle, Jason Roche, and their coach Travis Marr.
Thank you, Gaten and Vic. Good evening. I'm Mark Peddle, fellow athletes, representatives of Special Olympics Canada, Special Olympics clubs from across our country, ladies and gentlemen, and to all my fellow athletes and families watching us from Newfoundland, Labrador, and from coast to coast across Canada. It is an honor for Andrew Hines, Jason Roach, Coach Travis Merritt, and I to be here tonight on behalf of the Special Olympics Newfoundland Labrador soccer team to accept the award of Canadian Team of the Year. I know that Nadia Brenton, A. Hines, Matthew Kelly, Bradley Murphy, Nick Stiles, David Wells, Matthew Martin, along with coaches Emily Shea and Amy Skinner, would love to be here this evening. They want me to pass on their thanks and appreciation for this award. This past year, our soccer team has been honored as Special Olympics Mount Pearl Team of the Year, Mount Pearl Sport Alliance Team of the Year, Special Olympics Newfoundland Labrador Team of the Year, and now Special Olympics Canada Team of the Year. What a year! Thank you for these honors. Special Olympics have provided all of us athletes with the opportunity to have fun, play, learn and compete in numerous sporting events at the club level, regional and provincial games, national games, and for our friends Sarah Brown of Gander, Newfoundland, Labrador, and Jackie Bear of Corner Brook, Newfoundland, Labrador, the opportunity to travel and participate at the World Games. Both Jackie and Sarah are here this evening. We would like to congratulate both of them on their achievements and the awards they will receive tonight. Let's give them a big round of applause, shall we? Special Olympics have provided a wonderful opportunity for all of us, and this would not be possible without the work and dedication of all the coaches and volunteers. There's a lot of work that goes into planning, organizing, and fundraising before any of us athletes step into the playing field or gym floor. Travis, Amy, and Emily, and all the coaches and volunteers from across our nation, a very special thank you. You make everything possible. Ladies and gentlemen, these men and women deserve a round of applause as well. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of Special Olympics Newfoundland Labrador soccer team, thank you for this honor. Congratulations to everyone and have a great evening. Thank you.
Did you remember correctly? You played soccer, correct? Right?
Yep.
Did you play Newfoundland Labrador?
Yes, we did.
Did they beat you?
Yes, and it was actually Battle of the Capitals actually because
I don't care. Mark, come back here. You're gonna have no. Do you remember playing? Do you remember playing Gates? Do you remember playing him?
Do you remember playing against me in 2000 Yukon?
What year was this?
2010, way back in London, Ontario.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was
you beat us.
Oh, there you go. That was a memorable game.
No, it was.
Yeah, nicely
it
done.
was fun.
Now, we should remind everybody, we are being streamed across the country.
That's right.
And really around the world via the internet. You want to say hello to a couple people?
Yeah, I just want to say hello to my parents in Florida. I wish they could be here. And of course, my girlfriend who's watching in Whitehorse. I couldn't have done it without you. You've helped me out for this speech, and I thank you very much.
Wow, very nice. So we, shall I check the pocket for a ring? Is there a ring in there? Wow.
No.
No, okay. Funny, we just lost the feed. How that happens, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with our presentations, we have a surprise for all of you. With us tonight from Special Olympics Ontario is rhythmic gymnastics athlete Emily Boycott. At the World Games this past summer, Emily brought home 2 gold and 4 silver medals. So as the equipment is set up, would you please join me in welcoming her to the stage to perform a rhythmic gymnastics routine. Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Boycott.
Good job. That was terrific. What an amazing performance. How about another round of applause for Emily Boycott? Maybe I should give that a try. Vic, what do you think?
Why not? You might be able to beat Newfoundland Labrador that way.
All right. I think we should continue on with some more awards. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
The late Detective Rob Plunkett was deeply committed to the law enforcement torch run and to the Special Olympics movement at large. He was an exceptional officer and dear friend to Special Olympics athletes. Detective Rob Plunkett était très engagé dans la course au flambeau des agents de la paix au profit de Olympiques spéciaux.
Detective Plunkett's commitment to Special Olympics continues through the work of thousands of law enforcement personnel who support the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics. This year's Rob Plunkett Law Enforcement Torch Run Award recipient is one of the original members of the LETR program in Canada. Since 1986, he's been involved in countless events, leading the Niagara Regional Police Service in raising over $1 million for Special Olympics and creating events such as the Law Enforcement Torch Run. Ladies and gentlemen, let's learn more now about the 2015 Rob Plunkett Law Enforcement Torch Run Award winner.
plus sur le lauréat du prix Rob Plunkett de la course au flambeau des agents de la paix 2015.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Rob Plunkett Law Enforcement Torch Run Award goes to Sergeant Michael McAllister of St. Catharines, Ontario. Michael is one of the original members who brought the law enforcement torch run program to Canada. In 1986, he was selected as Niagara Regional Police Service's first LETR coordinator. As the torch run program in Ontario grew, he recruited other local law enforcement agencies to assist and participate. Michael has participated in community torch runs almost every year since 1986 and remains involved with the program today. He is currently the Zone 4 coordinator for Southwestern Ontario. He is always busy and always searching for new and sustainable fundraising ideas. In 2009, the Niagara Regional Police Service was awarded the Torch Award, which recognized them for raising over $1 million for Special Olympics. Since then, an additional $180,000 has been raised. All of this fundraising has been completed under Michael's leadership and guidance. Michael has been recognized many times for his efforts with the LETR program over the years. He received the Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police LETR Builders Award. He has been inducted into the Special Olympics Ontario Hall of Fame, and he was awarded the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal for his years of continued dedication to the LETR program. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Rob Plunkett Law Enforcement Torch Run Award winner, Sergeant Michael McAllister.
Pour remettre ce prix aujourd'hui, accueillons Madame Sonia Plunkett, veuve du regretté Rob Plunkett, et Eric Jolliffe, chef de la police régionale de York. Joining us on stage to present this award are Ms. Sonia Plunkett, wife of the late Rob Plunkett, and York Regional Chief of Police, Eric Jolliffe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to present the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Rob Plunkett Law Enforcement Torch Run Award to Sergeant Michael McAllister from St. Catharines, Ontario.
They told me 2 minutes. I've reached that age where I have to wear these things. I am truly humbled and honored to be recognized alongside the legacy of such a good man, Rob Plunkett. Across Canada, there's 12,000, 13,000 hashtag Guardians of the Flame. I am so proud to know as many of these people as I do. They're great volunteers. They spend so much of their time, many of them alongside their own families, very supportive families and friends, doing great work, always focused on the awareness and fundraising to ensure that Special Olympics programming thrives for our friends, these awesome, appreciative, hardworking, and dedicated athletes. I understand that this award is presented to an individual, but let's all be honest with ourselves. It might be my name on this wonderful award that truly does humble me, but behind me is a large, complicated web that includes family, a supportive chief and co-workers, countless members from so many agencies, a team of community leaders, local sponsors, and a very large and quiet army of wonderful community volunteers. And how about those athlete coaches? Really, they make it all worthwhile. I want to thank my wonderful wife, Karen, for understanding the need I have to do this work, for helping me and encouraging me in my efforts, as well as for keeping me grounded and making sure some of the other stuff I need to pay attention to gets done. 2 of my 5 wonderful children are here tonight, Jake and Clayton, the chefs. My kids have always played varying roles in my success volunteering over the years to help in a variety of different ways, and all kinds of torch run and torch ride activity events. As a parent, it warms me that my kids and so many others that volunteer are aware and appreciative of not only the accomplishments, but the potential of all Special Olympic athletes. The law enforcement torch run has made me a more understanding police officer and a better parent. Good things happen because of torch run. Thank you.
Two minutes, Sergeant, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Thank you. Congratulations, Sergeant. The next award honors the memory of the late Jim Thompson, a founding partner of TSN and a longtime supporter and dear friend of Special Olympics Canada. The Jim Thompson Award is given to the volunteer who exemplifies the spirit, philosophy, and goals of the Special Olympics movement and who has made a significant contribution to the organization at large.
Le prix suivant est présenté en mémoire de Jim Thompson, un fondateur de TSN et partisan de longue date des Olympiques spéciaux. Ce prix est décerné à un bénévole ayant apporté une contribution importante à la cause.
This year's honoree has been involved in Special Olympics for over 40 years. He's been to provincial, national, world games, played just about every role at every level of the organization: coach, official, competition organizer, fundraiser. To say that he is simply a volunteer would be a disservice to all that he has contributed to Special Olympics Canada.
Voici le lauréat du prix Jim Thompson 2015. Here is our 2015 Jim Thompson Award recipient.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Jim Thompson Award goes to Bill Mills of London, Ontario. This award is presented to a volunteer who has contributed significantly to the movement and who best exemplifies the spirit, philosophy, and goals of Special Olympics Canada. Bill Mills has been a Special Olympics volunteer for the past 40 years as a coach, referee, tournament organizer, and of course, conductor. He has attended many provincial, national, and world games as a referee and referee-in-chief. In October 2013, he conducted a floor hockey coaching and referee clinic in Hong Kong and has also conducted a number of other clinics in Trinidad, Austria, Bermuda, and Singapore. Along with the sport of floor hockey, Bill has coached swimming, cross-country skiing, baseball, bowling, and basketball. He has attended 17 World Games as a coach or as a part of the organizing committee. Currently, he serves as the treasurer for Special Olympics London. Bill has a passion and drive for anything and everything Special Olympics. He is known by many as knowledgeable, courteous, and professional. Quite simply put, Special Olympics continues to be the success it is today because of volunteers like Bill Mills. He embodies the true spirit of Special Olympics, valuing the efforts of all athletes regardless of ability. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Jim Thompson Award winner, Bill Mills.
Jim Thompson et Marc Millière, coprésidents du comité du Festival Limitless, se joignent à nous pour remettre ce prix. Please welcome Ms. Sheila Thompson, wife of the late Jim Thompson, and Limitless Committee co-chair Marc Millière, who are here to help present this year's Jim Thompson Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, from London, Ontario, the 2015 Jim Thompson Award winner, Bill Mills.
Two minutes. I was going to do 1 minute for every year, but we have some wine to drink later, so. So athletes, coaches, volunteers, Special Olympics staff, ladies and gentlemen, well, to shorten that up, my Special Olympics family. I want to thank Ontario Special Olympics, first of all, for their nomination. I'm honored to receive this award in Jim's name, and my congratulations to all the other award winners. This all started when a friend of mine in grade 11, back when I had hair, he asked me if I wanted to play basketball for 70 hours. It was a fundraising project for his youth group. It was known as Yakmar, and I don't know if anybody goes back that far to know what that was. It was a support group of students doing recreation things for Community Living London. We hosted special events, sports, recreation for people that were associated with, supported by the association. And our provincial coordinator sent out a message they're accepting volunteers for the Special Olympics in Toronto. And that was in 1971. So there was 5 of us from London, Ingersoll. We packed in the Brown Rocket and we camped north of town. Little tent, 5 of us jammed in a tent. We went down to the exhibition stadium, watched the games. And our volunteer job was escorting some folks from the Ontario Hospital School in Orillia. And we watched the NHL-sponsored floor hockey tournament at Maple Leaf Gardens and ate some stale popcorn that the Leafs didn't want, I guess. But as far as I know, I don't know if Frank Hayden, were you at the 1971 games? Where's Frank? Were you there? You were there. Well, I got some clippings from that time, and one of the clippings said, psychologists disagree or wonder about the carnival atmosphere of Special Olympics. I can tell you after all these years, it's fun to be with Special Olympics, regardless of what people said 40 years ago. That led, I went into Fanshawe College in Recreation, first job in Recreation in Palmerston, and we started the Floor Hockey League. Provincial championships, then we went into Project Multi-Sport, adding swimming and track and field and bowling. And then it became 1980 when we started Special Olympics in Ontario. It doesn't seem that long ago, you'd wonder, but there's always just the next thing to do. What's next, and keep planning. There's provincial games and conferences, the national games, coaching, special events, world games. And as you can imagine, I've seen many changes and tremendous growth, but I always look forward to what the future is holding. There's always something new on the horizon. Some people will say that Special Olympics is kind of like a cult, the way people get involved. I don't know about that. You could ask my wife, my daughter, my parents, my sister-in-law, both brother-in-laws, nephews, buddies, their parents, their children, their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers, so on and so on. I don't see where they think that is, but I guess for all of us, it's what we get out of this program. We get so much more back than what we can put in. I want to thank my wife, Ruth Ann, for more than 40 years of supporting me with Special Olympics. A few weeks ago, we came to the Ontario AGM, and we both accepted our 35-year awards. So stand up and take a bow, baby. There you go. I'd like to thank all the athletes and volunteers in London, Ontario, who make our community program one of the most progressive in the country. As we often say, we have our logo, lead, follow, or get out of the way. As you can tell, one of my favorite TV characters, Dr. Sheldon Cooper, I'm almost a spitting image for him. But we do differ in one way. Sheldon's life would not be complete without winning what? He wants to win the Nobel Peace Prize, or Nobel Prize for Physics. And that's his driving goal. You hear it all the time. Well, Nobel Prize is out of the question for me. I'm not a Catholic, so sainthood is out. But it was never my goal to be so highly recognized for the work with Special Olympics. It's just not something you look forward to. And in Special Olympics, there is no finish line, and there's no off season. We just get things done, improve the lives of our athletes, and we'll have a great time doing it. And I look forward to seeing you guys in Corner Brook. Thank you very much.
In the words of Sheldon Cooper, your career can be described as bazinga. Just to tie this all together, that NHL sponsored floor hockey tournament, that was all the result in the doing of Frank Selke Jr.
Yep.
Because he was involved with the
Montreal Canadiens.
Montreal Canadiens too. That was his dad, but he was involved with the Oakland Seals back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And but it was him that got the NHL involved, and of course there's an award named in his honor. All right, athletes now, ladies and gentlemen, and our female athlete of the year embodies determination, to say the very least. This incredible athlete was first recognized in 2005, where she won Female Athlete of the Year for the first time in her chapter. Now, 10 years later, and after an incredible season, winning a total of 14 medals in bocce, cross-country skiing, swimming, bowling, and athletics, she's being recognized for her grit, her passion for sport once again, being named the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Athlete of the Year.
Maintenant, les athlètes de l'année. En 2005, elle était reconnue pour la première fois comme athlète féminin de l'année dans sa province. 10 ans plus tard, après une saison incroyable, elle a gagné 14 médailles en boccia, le ski de fond, natation, ski et athlétisme. Le prix de l'athlète de l'année d'Olympiques spéciaux Canada 2015 est reconnu pour son courage et sa passion pour le sport. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our female athlete of the year.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Athlete of the Year Award goes to Sarah Brown of Gander, Newfoundland. Sarah has been involved with the Gander Wings Club for over 11 years. She began her Special Olympics career in 2001 and competed at her first provincial Winter Games in 2002 in snowshoeing. Sarah then qualified to compete at the 2003 Special Olympics Canada Winter Games in PEI, and then the 2005 Special Olympic World Games in Nagano, Japan. 2014-15 has been a remarkable year for Sarah, bringing home a total of 14 medals in bocce, cross-country skiing, swimming, 5-pin bowling, and athletics. Sarah exhibits all the qualities of a true Special Olympics athlete. She adheres to the athlete code of conduct and is always checking in on her goals and setting new ones as she achieves them. She is involved with all sport programs offered in her area and is very active in fundraising initiatives. She personally raised over $3,500 by knocking on doors in her community. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Athlete of the Year, Sarah Brown.
Pour présenter le prix de l'athlète féminine de l'année, veuillez accueillir Niyusha Zaranpour, membre du conseil d'administration d'Olympiques spéciaux Canada, et Kyle Schufeld, médaillé d'or olympique. To present the award for Female Athlete of the Year, please welcome Special Olympics Canada board member Niyusha Zaranpour and Olympic gold medalist Kyle Schufeld.
Ladies and gentlemen, here she is from Gander, Newfoundland and Labrador, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Female Athlete of the Year, Sarah Brown.
I would like to thank Special Olympics Canada for this amazing award. I would like to thank Special Olympics Newfoundland and Labrador for nominating me for this award. I would also like to thank my own club, Gander Wings, for giving me the opportunity to participate and compete in sports. My coaches have given me support and encouragement throughout this incredible journey. This award for me represents a lot of sweat, sore muscles, and getting up early in the morning to run even when I really don't want to. Lastly, I would like to thank Mom, Dad, and Zachary for all of your support and encouragement along the way. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
Congratulations, Sarah. And do you notice something here in Newfoundland, Labrador?
Right in front of me too. So this is pretty good. Good representation from
Newfoundland,
Newfoundland,
Labrador.
yeah.
There you go.
Let's check in with our wonderful audience this evening. How is everyone doing so far? Still having fun? Good. As many as you know, this past summer, Team Canada stormed the world stage in LA for the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games with countless personal bests and a record 144 medals. Many captured on the ESPN broadcasts, as well as by our friends at TSN and Bradford Productions. Team Canada truly wowed the world. Before we continue on with the final awards of the night, let's have a peek at some of the highlights from this past July's World Games.
Oh, look how far he's come.
I didn't think that I would make it to World Games. I didn't think that I would get selected. I didn't even think that I'd even qualify. I feel that it's like nationals all over again. I want to do the same way I did and allow to make our country proud.
For Canadians, what Special Olympics means is opportunity. When I got involved to now, there's been so many doors that have opened up. And 10 years ago, if you were to ask and say, would you think you'd be here represent your country on the world stage in basketball, I would have said that didn't even cross my mind, and now it's here. So I think it's opened up so many doors, and hopefully it opens up a lot more for many other individuals after these games.
Hi, Canada!
I'm excited. I'm not nervous at all. I think about, I'm going to take this guy down. I'm going to do this, show them what I got.
So those days when you think about when he was diagnosed with autism, now we think, whatever, he can do anything.
Who's the better coach, your mom or Christina?
I like both.
So the third lift, Ross and I had talked and said, okay, you know what? First lift was for Ross, second lift was for me, third lift was for her. If she's lifting, we're gonna give her a personal best. Her technique was flawless. She did all the work. We just said, go pick it up, put it down.
I'm so proud to be a Canadian. I'm proud of my teammates. I'm one proud of my coaches. We couldn't do it without them. We're coming home with bronze. We're coming home, and I'm in the game. Thank you.
Perfect way to get to our next honoree, who generally leaves a trail of broken records and dropped jaws in his wake, taking home medals and smashing personal bests. In 2015, right before announcing his retirement from competitive powerlifting, he was chosen as not only the 2015 Male Athlete of the Year, but also as this year's recipient of the Dr. Frank Hayden Athlete Lifetime Achievement Award. For those of you who may not be familiar with Canada's Dr. Frank Hayden, he was a true pioneer, a pioneer of Special Olympics and the movement. It was his research with individuals with intellectual disabilities right here in Toronto that caught the attention of Eunice Kennedy Shriver and eventually helped lead to the creation of Special Olympics in 1968. He also played an important role in growing the movement globally, the first few decades that Special Olympics actually existed. Put simply, Special Olympics as a global movement would not be where it is today without his valuable contributions.
Frank Hayden était un pionnier du mouvement des Olympiques spéciaux. La recherche de M. Hayden sur les athlètes ayant une déficience intellectuelle a inspiré Eunice Kennedy Shriver et donc la création olympique spéciaux en 1968.
With us tonight to present both the Dr. Frank Hayden Athlete Lifetime Achievement Award and the Male Athlete of the Year Award are Dr. Frank Hayden himself and reigning World Pole Vault Champion, Shaughnessy Barber. Dr. Frank Hayden est soi-même et Shaughnessy Barber, champion du monde en titre du sort à la pêche. Se joignent-nous pour remettre ce prix.
This year's winner of the Dr. Frank Hayden Award and the Male Athlete of the Year Award has been a Special Olympics athlete for almost 30 years. In that time, he has cemented his legacy as the most dominant powerlifting athlete in Special Olympics history. At the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games this past summer, he set new Special Olympics world records in the squat, deadlift, and overall score, taking home 3 gold medals and a silver medal. His personal best in the bench press is off the world record by a mere 2 kilograms. Please turn your attention to the screens to learn a little more about the Newfoundland Moose.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Male Athlete of the Year Award and the Dr. Frank Hayden Athlete Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Jackie Barrett of Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Jackie has been involved in Special Olympics since 1987. During that time, he has cemented his legacy as one of the most prolific powerlifting athletes Special Olympics has ever seen, not just in Canada, but worldwide. At the Special Olympics Canada 2014 National Summer Games, Jackie completed a clean sweep, taking home gold medals in every event in which he competed. At the 2014 Special Olympics Canada Summer Games in Vancouver, he set a new world record by handily beating his own record when he squatted 275.5 kilograms. Jackie exemplifies the true spirit of a Special Olympics athlete. He works tirelessly year after year to improve his lifting performance. He always takes time to cheer on and encourage fellow athletes, both teammates and competitors. In the last year, Jackie participated in an athlete leadership workshop as an athlete mentor and spoke of the great importance of Special Olympics and how to spread the word to others about our great organization. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Male Athlete of the Year and the Dr. Frank Hayden Athlete Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Jackie Barrett.
He is the pride of Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Barrett.
Wow. What a way to celebrate an amazing 28-year Special Olympics journey, including 20 of these exciting years as a powerlifter. Since I had a lot to say about my incredible Special Olympics journey, it was hard to reduce my awards acceptance speech to just 2 minutes. Throughout my 28-year Special Olympics journey, I learned that sport is not just about winning medals, it's not just about setting personal bests, or setting records on every competitive level from regionals to world games. It's more than that. There's more. It's also about the benefits and achievements I gained from being an athlete, from gaining better independent living and life skills and stronger self-esteem, to achieving seemingly impossible dreams, including getting a university degree and having a full-time job, thus proving that Special Olympics is truly about winning at life. Tonight, it's a great honor for me to be named this year's Dr. Frank Hayden Athlete Lifetime Achievement Award and also the Male Athlete of the Year for the same year. I want to thank my fellow athletes from Special Olympics athletes, coaches, and volunteers from across Canada and also throughout Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and Labrador, particularly Special Olympics Halifax, and also my current team, the Cornbrook Vikings. And also my friends and family from across Canada and around the world for being part of this 28-year journey. But most importantly, there's one special person I want to thank in my life. She contributed to the Special Olympics as a fundraiser, volunteer, board member, and coach. She would travel anywhere in Canada or around the world to see me compete at various Special Olympics meets. And almost anything I wanted to do in my life, she was my quarterback, along with 3 supporting casts, my dad, Robert Barrett, my late grandmother, Anna Eisner, and my aunt, Kathy Eisner. That person is my late mom, Jeannie Barrett. These awards are for her. Thanks, everybody, for believing in the Moose.
Jackie, if you need more time, you can have it, man. Just don't hurt me, that's all. Okay?
Don't worry, he won't.
Okay. After seeing a small miracle unfold at Soldier Field in Chicago in 1968, he knew that the time there was a miracle to be made and to take flight here in Canada. With vision and determination, he succeeded in bringing Special Olympics to Canada in 1969 and continued to nurture it for years to come. Mr. Harry Red Foster was an outstanding sportsman, radio broadcast pioneer, an entrepreneur, a successful businessman, a humanitarian, and philanthropist, and a man of boundless energy, filled with compassion and dedication for the welfare of his fellow man. And we honor his memory through the Harry Red Foster Award in recognition of meritorious service to individuals with an intellectual disability. Like Mr. Foster, the winner of this prestigious award has contributed significantly to the development, awareness, and success of Special Olympics Canada.
Ce soir, nous rendons hommage à un leader qui a suivi les traces de Harry Red Foster. Pour présenter le prix Harry Red Foster 2015, accueillons maintenant Mike Lamontagne, président du Conseil, et Dan Goldberg du Conseil. Tonight, we pay tribute to a leader who has followed in Harry Red Foster's footsteps. To make the presentation for the 2015 Harry Red Foster Award, please welcome Chair of the Special Olympics Canada Board, Mike Lamontagne, and Special Olympics Canada Board member, Dan Goldberg.
This year's winner of the Harry Red Foster Award has been involved with Special Olympics for 15 years. Over that time, his contributions have been felt in his home community of Prince Albert, as well as at the provincial and national level. He has been heavily involved in many fundraising initiatives over the years, most notably the Training for Life Power Breakfast, an initiative connecting Special Olympics Saskatchewan with the Prince Albert Raiders junior hockey team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our winner.
The 2015 Special Olympics Canada Harry Red Foster Award goes to Al Dyer of Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Al is an incredible advocate for Special Olympics Saskatchewan. He has an amazing spirit and drive to support and encourage the athletes in his community. Al is highly regarded at home in Prince Albert, but is also recognized at the provincial and national levels. He brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to all things Special Olympics. Whether in the capacity of coach, committee member, fundraiser, or community advocate, Al works tirelessly for Special Olympics athletes. He is a strong team member that has established a union between the Special Olympics organization, his home community, and communities throughout the province. Al will do everything he can to ensure that anyone involved with Special Olympics is treated fairly. He is inspired by all the volunteers within the organization and is humbled by their perseverance and compassion for the athletes. He is a leader, mentor, and coach with an amazing spirit and drive to support and encourage the athletes in his community and across the province. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 Special Olympics Canada Harry Red Foster Award winner, Al Dyer.
Mesdames et messieurs, s'il vous plaît, applaudissez le lauréat du prix Harry Red Foster de 2015, Al Dyer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner of the 2015 Harry Red Foster Award, Al Dyer.
Good evening. I was told I only had a few minutes for my speech, so I'm going to make them dire minutes. I must admit I'm very uncomfortable standing here as the recipient of the Harry Red Foster Award. In my mind, I have simply worked hard to achieve the goals, philosophies, and especially the spirit of Special Olympics. This is also true for hundreds and perhaps thousands of other Special Olympics volunteers who work just as hard for those things. In my own mind, I am the same as, or in many cases not as worthy as those many other hard-working and dedicated volunteers. Since my introduction to Special Olympics, I've been blessed to work with a vast number of really dedicated, passionate, and interesting people from around Saskatchewan and across Canada. Most importantly, I've met many of the most outstanding people in our Special Olympics athletes. We all know well the opportunities and life benefits that our Special Olympics athletes receive through their participation in Special Olympics programs, and I have seen and been part of some fantastic stories of progress and development of individuals with intellectual disabilities. I have two stories that I want to talk about. Recently, a Special Olympics athlete from Prince Albert was hailed as a Best of the Best award winner in the category of Best Local Hero for saving his father's life. One night last winter, Dylan Dubois arrived home after attending his sister's hockey practice with his dad. His dad collapsed, suffering a very serious heart attack. As his mother was not home, Dylan had the presence of mind to call 911, and in partnership with the dispatcher provided the necessary care until paramedics arrived. His father was airlifted to Saskatoon, where open heart surgery was immediately performed, saving his life. The paramedic said publicly that without Dylan's common sense and care, his dad would have died. This is an absolutely outstanding outcome. My second story is about a young man from Swift Current named Tyler Percy Servant, who several years ago was, I think, your prototypical couch potato. His idea of exercise was to get out of his video game seat, climb the stairs out of his basement to get a can of pop from the fridge. His mom convinced him to join a local Special Olympics program, and he subsequently qualified to attend provincial games. Several weeks after attending the games, our provincial office got a call from his mom asking what had they done to her son. Initially, they were concerned that something had happened, and it certainly had. His mom explained that Tyler was now talking regularly about getting a job and going to a gym to work out. Well, he got a job helping deliver furniture, and this is where the important part happens. One day on their way home from the store delivering a sofa, he and his driver noticed a house on fire. They stopped to help, and Tyler ran into the blazing home and carried 2 small children to safety. This would never have happened without Special Olympics. And if I ever am questioning the value of Special Olympics programs, these are the types of stories that I will always remember. Now, I've been involved with Special Olympics in Saskatchewan for over 14 years as a volunteer. After my initial 20-month stint as the games manager for the 2002 National Games in Prince Albert, I was recruited to our provincial board of directors. Little did I know what I was in for. After my first year of the board, I was convinced to serve as board chair, where I found that we had inherited an operating deficit of $50,000 on an annual budget of around $450,000. We had total organizational assets of around $180,000 with a soon-to-be vacant executive director position. My fellow board members and I rolled up our sleeves and began to plan how to dig ourselves out of the mess. About 6 months into this process, I, as board chair, received a letter from Special Olympics Canada, which I believe was one of the most motivational letters I've ever received. I recall it was from Tom Wright, who is a fellow Harry Red Foster Award winner, and he was the SOC board chair at the time. The lady fundamentally stated, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, is you have 30 days to provide us with a comprehensive plan to correct the deficiencies of Special Olympics Saskatchewan, or we're going to decertify you. This letter caused me to make one of the most important calls I've ever made when I contacted Simon Mundy from Special Olympics Manitoba and said, help. With his very capable assistance and support of Special Olympics Manitoba and the guidance from Special Olympics Canada, we finalized a comprehensive strategic marketing plan and began the long road to recovery. With the incredible dedication of literally hundreds of volunteers, Tyler's work of passionate board of directors, and the diligent efforts of some of the best provincial staff in Canada, I'm really excited that this year Special Olympics Saskatchewan is planning our first $1 million budget. We have total organizational assets of $700,000, and we have never since run a deficit. I've had some extraordinary opportunities and experiences with Special Olympics. Recently, I had the very good fortune to be part of Team Saskatchewan at the 2014 Summer Games in Vancouver. I was mission staff with our swim team, and I am very proud of our 7 swim athletes who returned home with 19 medals. Outstanding. I'm really proud to be from Saskatchewan. That's the province that's easy to draw, hard to say. Many of you have flown over, and a couple of you have even visited. It's home to some of the most fun-loving, passionate, dedicated, and hardworking Special Olympics volunteers you will ever find. It is my humble opinion that this award is a reflection not of my individual contributions, but of the the efforts of this outstanding group of people who work tremendously hard so that our athletes can be the very best they can and win at life. I want to thank my family, my wife Brenda, my two daughters, Marielle and Jamie Lynn, for giving up so much family time and allowing me to participate in Special Olympics activities. I've been away many nights and weekends, and they have always fully supported me in my endeavors. I've had some of the most personally fulfilling experiences through Special Olympics. And for me, that's always been sufficient reward. To receive the Harry Red Foster Award is an absolute honor and a privilege that I'm happy to accept on behalf of the thousands of volunteers from Saskatchewan and across Canada who tirelessly work to make Special Olympics truly special for the most important people we serve, our athletes. Thank you.
Al, congratulations.
Al, congratulations.
Very much. After a short break, we'll be handing out next year's awards. Went a little long there, Al. Congratulations to all our deserving award winners. Without your involvement, the passion, the dedication of such as people like Al, Special Olympics wouldn't be where it is today, so thank you. But before we do wrap this wonderful evening, I'd like to invite Special Olympics Canada CEO Sharon Baldenbach to the stage to say a few words. Ms. Sharon.
Hi, thank you, Vic and Yates. And could we have a round of applause for these two? They were amazing. What a night this has been. Huge congratulations to each and every one of our award winners. You're obviously so deserving, and I'd like to say another round of applause for all of our award winners. Those were amazing stories tonight. As is always the case for me, this time of year, and in particular this event, are a time to pause and reflect. To take an inventory of all that has happened, to celebrate all of the amazing people and accomplishments that have taken place in the past year throughout Special Olympics in Canada, and also to give some thought to what lies ahead and chart a course for how best to continue to keep us moving forward. Last year at this event, I spoke about the Special Olympics family, and you've heard that many times tonight, that phrase, the Special Olympics family. How each of us in this room are members of one big family that come together with a common goal: to enrich the lives of people with intellectual disabilities through sport. Whether an athlete, a coach, a volunteer, a sponsor, a staff member, or a parent, we really are a family. We are each unique, and like any good family, we all have our little quirks, and sometimes we challenge each other. But when the time requires it, we are united. We support one another, and we each contribute to delivering on our mission and to achieving success. The world events of last weekend and the ongoing information and images of this week's subsequent events are, to say the very least, tragic, shocking, and scary. And they've left us all a little bit shaken and questioning humanity. Events like this remind us just how fragile life truly is. In contrast to the heavy heart I feel for those dealing with the unspeakable grief, I've also been filled with a deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude for where I live, gratitude for my family, my friends, and for the positive and impactful work I get to do each day. In particular, I'm reminded how fortunate I am to be surrounded by people who are committed to making a positive difference in the world, who choose to use their powers for good. In all that we do, Special Olympics is about recognizing human potential and providing a platform to shine. There are countless examples of positive, collaborative efforts that reflect the many accomplishments that have occurred in the past year. and I'd like to just share with you a few of my favorites. Across the country, we have increased the number of athletes participating in our daily programs by 6%. More than 2,200 new athletes have joined Special Olympics, the largest growth rate we have seen in several years. We now have 40,000 athletes experiencing the transformative power of sport, living healthy and more active lives, and feeling more a part of the communities in which they live. Supporting those athletes, and you've met many of them here tonight, are our amazing volunteers. This past year, coach and volunteer registration increased by a whopping 9.6%, representing 1,700 new volunteers, and again, the highest growth we've seen in several years. We now have 19,000 men and women who, from all corners of the country, who are generously giving their time to Special Olympics. In July, we sent our largest team ever to the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games. As you've heard, that Team Canada came home with 144 medals and numerous personal best performances. Equally important, however, is that the team received accolades from colleagues around the globe for how well trained and prepared our athletes and our coaches were for those games. We shone on the world stage. Our friends at Gray and TSN stepped forward like never before to help amplify our message and increase awareness. The No Special Treatment advertising resources produced by Gray and the TSN coverage of Team Canada at the 2015 World Games demonstrated extraordinary support by both of those partners. More people heard our athletes' stories. And thanks to the increased federal government funding and financial contributions from our national corporate partners and the SOC Foundation, over $4.2 million was allocated directly to our 12 provincial territorial chapters for grassroots program and competition development. We are expanding program delivery and outreach in ways never before possible. And members of the Law Enforcement Torch Run raised an amazing $3.8 million this past year, an increase of 27% from the previous year. And Motion Ball continues to raise the bar, expanding their events to 11 cities across the country and sharing the message of inclusion through the Yellow Card campaign. These are just a very small sample of the many success stories of this past year, each of which demonstrate that when we collaborate and share, when we focus on opportunities rather than differences, when we dare to be innovative, when we make the choice to contribute to positive change for others, when we use our powers for good, we really can make our world a better and richer place. Each of you has made a choice to be part of the Special Olympics family. Whatever your role, no matter your contribution, you have made a choice to share your time, your talents, and your resources to enrich the lives of our athletes. And for that, we are truly filled with gratitude. None of the successes I shared, or the transformative stories we've heard about all through this evening, or the countless other impactful moments that happen each and every day in Special Olympics programs across this country would be possible without you. Thank you for making that happen. And thank you for celebrating with us this evening. Please keep challenging your inner superhero. Please keep using your powers for good, knowing that each and every day you are making a difference. Thank you.
And with that, the 2015 National Awards evening has come to an end. What a fantastic night this has been.
It has. I've talked to the people from Newfoundland, Labrador. They do not want you to move there. Okay, you just stay in the Yukon.
I'm not planning on moving anytime soon.
We do want to take an opportunity to thank Wolseley Canada, all your volunteers who have been working throughout the evening, to PJ Kwong over there in the little glass booth. Thank you very much for doing all our voiceovers. Our photographers for the evening, Lisa Merzen and Julie Bernard. And of course to you, Gates, thank you so much. What a privilege it's been. Congratulations to all our award winners. One last piece of business, however, once we leave the stage, we'd ask you to all come up for a group photo.
Au nom de Vic et de moi, bravo à tous nos gagnants. Votre engagement et votre dévouement nous inspirent et nous rappellent que les Olympiques spéciaux est un mouvement si spécial. Bonne fin de soirée à tous.
So on behalf of Gates and all of us, may we be the first to wish you, Vincentus, happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you and good night.